Hello, all you amazing healers and intuitives, empaths, all you sensitive people. Today's topic is all about the lines of energy that run through your body. You may have heard them called meridians. And so today I'm going to talk about what those are and how they run through your body and what they carry. So stay tuned to hear more. This is Anastasia. I used to be a physics professor specializing in vibrational and quantum physics. After recovering from a serious illness using energy healing on myself, the calling to heal became so strong that I had to quit my 40-year research career. I replaced my 6-figure professor salary within 5 months using a simple but not easy 3-step system that I worked out to grow my healing practice. Now I help other healers grow their practices, whether they're just starting or already have a practice, with this same 3-step system. I'm all about helping you too. Listen in to learn more. Thank you so much for coming back. So, as I mentioned, today's topic are your meridians. So your meridians are these lines of energy that connect nerve centers in your body. There is no physical structure that connects those nerve centers, but what they are is they connect all of the receptors in your body. So your receptors include like your endorphin receptors, your insulin receptors, the nerve endings. These are all receptors in your body, and when they congregate together, they form what is called an acupuncture or acupressure point. And we carry memories, and we carry certain they represent certain things, but one thing that happens along the meridians, because we have 12 of them in the physical body, what happens along those meridians is that that's where the emotions run. And each of the meridians connects to a gland, organ, or system in the body. So, and some of them even multiple, like there's one that represents a lot of the glands. So the thing is that each of these meridians have different lengths and they are paired. For example, the bladder meridian and the kidney meridian both have very similar frequencies in that they both carry fear frequencies, for example. So the reason why I wanted to talk about these is because they can become blocked, or they can run really low energy emotions. So the way they work, it's kind of like a stringed instrument, for example, or even your voice, which is represented by a pipe, or, for example, a recorder, which has a certain length and you blow air through it and it has a certain tone. So these lengths can carry more than one frequency. So you can have a low frequency emotion like anger, and on that same meridian you can also have love or joy, right? So the focus is to bring those frequencies to a higher level, right? So we start with the low frequency and we want to raise it to a higher frequency. Now the thing that happens along those meridians is that these memories get stored in these acupuncture centers, the places, the nexus of nerves and receptors that come together. And what will happen is that they get blocked because the memory just stops the flow of energy. And if you've ever had acupuncture, it's a really interesting experience. I know it's a little painful with all those needles sitting there and they have to stay there for a while and you have to move them around a little bit. But the other thing it does is it opens the flow up. It's supposed to stimulate that point and basically open the flow up. And the time that I had acupuncture, I was journaling every morning. So I took my journal in because I knew I needed to sit there for a while and journaled. And all these, while the needles were in, all these memories that I hadn't thought of in like 35 or 40 years started popping up. And they were all very emotional memories. And I was writing, the tears were running, and the doctor came and looked at me and she said, "What's happening?" And I said, "Well, it seems like the needles that you put in today stimulated memories." And then as I was writing, the memories became very clear what they were. And she said that makes perfect sense because a lot of times she'll put the needles in and people will be crying and she'll ask them why. And it's because the memories have popped up. So that's where we store the things that are emotional. Right? So each of the pairs of meridians store the memories that cause those low frequency emotions. And what we don't want is to have them blocked. So aside from getting acupuncture, there are different ways to unblock the memories. And I'm just going to show you a couple. One of them is about running energy. It's called energy running energy through the meridians. So let's just try it together, right? So you stand, I'm standing right now. So you just stand up with your shoulders back a little bit. Take some nice deep breaths. And just imagine that you have light energy coming in through the top of your head. And you're letting it go down your back channels. You have several back channels going down your back. And just imagine them going down your back channels, and then they come through the perineum and then up your front channels, right? Down the back channels, up the front channels, down the back channels, up the front channels. And when you start that flowing, it kind of, for me, it feels a little tingly because I'm so sensitive. I'm a clairsentient. That's my primary mode of interacting with the world, is how I sense things around me. And then the next step we're going to do is we're going to run the energy down your arms and out your fingertips, right? Down your arms, out your fingertips, down your arms, out your fingertips. And if you do muscle testing, it is a really good way to clear out the channels so your fingers will be more accurate. Like if you do one of the muscle testing techniques like this or like that, or like this, whichever one that you've chosen to do, right? It's easier when you have, and even if you're dowsing with a pendulum, it's easier to do once you have that, those channels, those arm channels cleared up. And now let's clear up the leg channels. Just imagine at the arch of your foot, so it's the small of your foot here in the arch, there's an opening, and you're going to dial it open like an iris, right? Just imagine dialing it open like an iris. And you might even feel your feet warm up. And now you just bring in some nice, beautiful earth energy. It could be a warm brown or a vibrant green. And you're bringing that earth energy up through those feet channels, up your legs, through your shin, your knee, your thigh, and then your hip, and then you're just going to release it down your grounding cord. So you're just bringing it up this way. And if you do this every day, opening up your channels like this, it will really help you stay happy, emotionally balanced, and keep those blocks from forming, and also release the blocks. Other ways to release the blocks, of course, is to rub them. You may have, you'll know where they are on your head. They form lines through your head, go down your neck, right? And you can also stimulate all your meridians really quickly. I'll show you this one. So this one, we first want to work on the neck ones. So you want to move your head each way and then nod. And the next step is to roll your shoulders, right? So I've got my arms out, rolling your shoulders back and then rolling it forward. The third one is, so this is stimulating the arm meridians. Next step is stimulating along the waist. So the first one is to keep your hips facing forward and twist your upper body, right? And then you want to rotate, right? Rotate at your waist, back and forth. And then you want to do kind of like a hula. So what you're doing is you're stimulating your root chakra or your money channel, your survival channel. And then the last thing is you go back and forth on, one foot, then the other, right? And you dip down a little bit. And this will stimulate all of the meridians and help the energy flow. So I showed you two tricks. One is energy running, and the other one is stimulating your meridians in under 2 minutes. I suggest doing each of these exercises 10 times. And try it out. See how you like it. So I hope that was helpful today, because your meridians are running your emotions. When you have them unblocked, you have the ability to operate at a much higher frequency. And it also, it improves your health, and basically it wakes you up. Every time I do that meridian exercise, get everything moving. Every time I do this, my brain thinks more clearly, I have more creative thoughts, and I'm happier. So I hope that was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking valuable time out of your day to listen in. If you found this message helpful, please help spread the word by giving the broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on. For further training on healing and growing your healing business using my 3-step system, go to www.highpaidhealers.com. And I'll see you in the next video.